guys, it's Nick. I'm here in Batumi, Georgia. Behind me is the cable cars. Right here is the place where you get the cable car and where I got dropped off on my bus from Tbilisi coming out here. So this is a kind of good historical landmark over here. And this is the east end of the city, the old city, where right in front of me over here is the area with the bars and stuff like that. So this is my first time walking around here. I'm gonna go walk around and see what this area is like. So let's take a walk around here. So I don't know if you can see the water from here, but obviously you can see a ship. So this is the Black Sea over here. This is the east end of Batumi. This is the whole waterfront. There's a long park with a walkway and a bike path and all of that goes the whole length pretty much of Batumi and beach waterfront. And yesterday I went to the beach here. First time swimming in the Black Sea. The one bad thing about the beaches here is that they have big rocks. I don't mean like boulders, but you know, rocks like the size of a bar of soap or something like that, and to walk on them is really hard. So you definitely need some kind of swimming shoes or flip-flops, even just to get from your blanket to the water. So it's a cloudy, rainy day. It's supposed to rain today, but it hasn't yet. But it does rain a lot here in Batumi, so if you're coming out here, you can expect that a few of your days might be rained out to go to the beach. So keep that in mind. So I'm just going to start walking down these streets and see what's over here. I wanted to find the Irish bar over here. There is one somewhere around here, to maybe come back later tonight and check out that place and some other ones. So I'm staying over in the area where all of those new hotel constructions are. Courtyard by Marriott and all these huge buildings where they basically say that Batumi is trying to be kind of a Las Vegas or Dubai, but more like Las Vegas, because I don't know if Dubai has casinos, but Batumi has a whole bunch of them over here. But this is more of I guess the regular little old touristy area of it, not the big high-rises and stuff that you can see some of it from here, I guess. So this looks like just the usual touristy stuff along a beach area or touristy kind of area. This looks a little like New Orleans kind of style of these balconies on the second floor with the wrought iron. Let me go down this way and see what's the story with this pink Mercedes C-Class over here. Is this bingo? This looks like it's that Mary Kay Cosmetics or whatever that is. The top salespeople got a pink Cadillac or whatever. Oh, look at this old British telephone booth. Is this a British bar maybe? Or a London hotel? So in the area where these high-rises and stuff are, which is like a mile or more down, but this old building has I mean not old building, this new building has a little Ferris wheel on the side of the building. So yeah, where I am, there's a bunch of new, you know, that's where all the new construction seems to be. But there's some old buildings too. I'm in an old building that's 17 floors, and there's some around me like that as well. And first night, was it the first night I got here? 2 nights ago? It just started coming down, rained so hard. And it's weird because you could see the mountains, and the clouds are in the mountains, and it was coming down really hard down here. It is coming down over here on the 17th floor. It looked like Blade Runner, kind of that dystopian, always dark, always rainy kind of look to it. Batumi in this area gets a lot of rain, but coming over here on the bus, looking at the scenery, the mountainsides and all, with all so much lush greenery, it is really amazing. So all this rain helps to really make this place really beautiful, especially in the mountains and stuff. If I just showed you a video of some of the scenery from the bus on the way over here, without telling you what country it was, I don't know, you might think it was like, I don't know, Austria or something like that, you know, like The Sound of Music or something. Alright, let's see what's over here. I think this is more of the main street. So yeah, it's really, really beautiful countryside with the mountains and all of that. Coming from Florida, where everything is flat, you really appreciate seeing all these mountainous terrain and all of that kind of stuff. And it's pretty interesting when you drive through the towns, because there was a lot of detours, because there's so much new road construction that they're doing, that you drive through these little towns and the cows are just walking along the streets, hanging out wherever they want to be. It's pretty funny, and somehow they avoid getting hit by the cars and everything. But yeah, I'm not used to seeing that. They're building like these really big highway projects with these big overpasses and all kinds of like really huge amount of work. I don't know where they're getting all that money from to do that in a country with, what's it, like 3.8 million people, and all the hotels and all of that. That's probably coming from, I guess, casino money maybe. And this is an area for people from a lot of different regions, especially ones that don't have gambling in their country, like maybe Iran and Turkey. Batumi is very close to the Turkey border. Apparently you can actually see the Turkey border from Batumi. Another thing you notice here, and I think I've seen a video on this, or at least they mentioned it in the video, that a lot of cars don't have their front or back bumpers. I don't know why that is exactly. I know it has something to do with a lot of these cars are imported from other countries. I think a lot from the US that are, you know, damaged or whatever. And so, I don't know, maybe there's not a lot of bumpers out here to replace them with. But one thing you do notice is that, well, if you look at cars, you'll see that Georgia is the Prius capital of the world, and to a lesser extent hybrids. So basically, so I was saying about the hybrids. Now, a lot of the taxis in Tbilisi are Priuses, all generations, but there is a lot of them, and I'm sure a lot of them, or maybe the majority, are from other countries that they're importing in here. And so another big car you see here is the Lexus RX SUV, but only in hybrids, or the majority in hybrids. So any like an American car you see, they're usually hybrid, right? Like Fusion hybrid. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but I think it has to do with the fact that these hybrid batteries go bad eventually, and to replace them with a factory one is thousands of dollars. But if you know how to fix them and take out a few cells and change out the bad cells and put the new ones in, it could last for another good amount of time. So maybe they kind of specialize that in that over here, and so they're willing to pick up these cars maybe cheap from salvage auctions and insurance company auctions and stuff like that, and they get it cheap. They fix it. They fix the battery with just changing individual cells, not the whole battery, and now they got a pretty decent car for a low price. So if you, I was actually sitting on Rustavelli Street, the main street in Tbilisi at night, and I was just counting the cars that went by, which ones were Priuses, and it was like, it had to be like 70% or more were Priuses, and probably the other ones, maybe a third of those were hybrids as well, of just different kinds. Toyota Camrys and Lexuses and stuff like that. But I might do a video here. Here's a Lexus RX. It's either 350 or 330, but it's a hybrid. You see that? And here is a Lexus C200. It's also a hybrid. And this Lexus doesn't look like it's a hybrid, or at least it doesn't have the thing. The Toyota Camry is a hybrid. So that's kind of interesting to me, probably not to a lot of people who don't even notice it. But if I just stand on this corner and count the hybrids, or at least just the Priuses, right? There's one, there's another one, red, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 right there. There's one on the corner, 8. All right, so I counted 8 Priuses just in less than the time of a light to change. The Camry, no bumper. So if you're coming to Tbilisi, you might be staying in all those hotels over there, those high rises. But I would think you're going to want to come out here, at least for some of the bars in this area. I'm sure there are bars in the hotel area with all the casinos and all of that as well. About the dogs over here, if you don't know, there's a lot of stray dogs, which is the opposite of Turkey next door, which is a lot of stray cats. But the dogs out here get collected and spayed and neutered and given, I don't know, some shots of vaccine, whatever. And they put a tag on their ear, and then they just let them roam around, and they're not aggressive or nothing like that, and people like to just feed them, so they hang out in areas where there's a lot of tourists or restaurants and stuff like that. So you see them everywhere. Lexus RX Hybrid, Lexus RX Hybrid. So one thing I'll say about Georgians, they know good value when they see it, because there are a lot of these Lexus hybrids and Toyota Camrys and of course Priuses. So very good car value for the money. Even on the RX, which is like a luxury car, but it's cheap to operate compared to like a BMW X3 or X5 or a Mercedes or ML350 or something. So it seems there's like 3 main streets that run parallel to the beach. One down there, the one that's one block up here that I was just on, and one farther up. If you look at a map. Church service going on right now. This place, shisha kind of place. Pizza with vegetable, 18. Salads with chicken, 20. Salad with chicken for 20 is $7.50. Pizza for 18 is like $6.50 or something like that. So pretty good prices. The Georgian lari, you get 2.69 or 2.67, something like that, 2.67 to 2.69 for $1 US. So if you want to calculate the prices of things over here in US dollars, since it's like 1 to 2.6, right? That's almost like 1 to 2.5. So take the price, instead of dividing it by 2.6, you can just multiply the price by 4 and move the decimal point over 1. So for instance, that $20 pizza, if you multiply 20 by 4, you get 80. Move the decimal point over to the left and you get 8, which is a close approximation to 750. So that's a quick way of doing it. Oh, there's a nice park over here. Let's check this out. So I think what these walkways mean when they're red, it's kind of like a stop sign, meaning if you step in there, the cars are supposed to stop for you, but the other ones that are not red, just white, it means kind of you need to yield to the cars and go when you can. So this is a nice area right here. BK restaurant. I really wanted to rent a bike out here, but they have the city bikes, but you need a SIM card. And I don't have a SIM card. I could probably get one, but I'm only staying another few days. I don't know if it's worth it. There's Marriott Courtyard and all those big high-rises over there straight ahead. There's a McDonald's here. So this is a pretty interesting building right here. So looking at some info before I came over here, or more like while I'm here, it's a really good website called, I think it's Wanderlush, like Wanderlust, but I guess her last name is Lush or something like that. And she has a lot of good places to see and what to do and how to get around. But what she did say is that a lot of the buildings here, you don't know if they're old or if they're just made to look old and that they're new. And one of her examples was this really nice kind of corner like hotel that looked really old, but it was built in 2000, and I'm wondering if it's one of these. I'm not even sure, but it is of the same kind of look of a building like this or that. And if you see the architecture of a building like this behind this, you know, moonshot thing of let's try whatever the hell we want and put a Ferris wheel up on the side of a building and all kinds of stuff. There's a big contrast of the different types of buildings you see here, and different types of, you know, influence, Western and kind of Islamic or Ottoman Empire kind of stuff. And so really interesting to walk around because you're not really sure what you're going to see from one corner to the next. All right, you even got a Mustang for sale over here. 16,000, I believe he means US dollars. This is a 2015. I don't know if that's a good price for that or not. Is it a GT? I'm not, probably. Museum of Art, Drama Theater, Cathedral Church. So there's a lot going on this street. So I'm just going to take it here and see where it leads. Casino right here, Mandarin Clubhouse Casino. You know, everywhere you see these casinos, you have all these really fancy hotels and everything like that. And that ought to tell you your chances of actually winning money in any of these casinos, or any gambling for that matter. That's a very good rate up there, 2.688. That's one of the best I've seen, I think, or close to it. So another park over here. Check out this building. So you got this building, which I don't really think it's old because of these windows here. It looks like kind of modernist, but they try to make it look old. And then you got this this building that tried to look modern maybe 40 years ago or 50 years ago, but now it just looks kind of neglected or whatever. Is that a Sheraton with a clock on top, that tower right there. So a lot of American names out here. See Sheraton, Marriott, Radisson. This is a nice building right here, look at that. This also looks new, but made to look old. And this wrought iron looks like, kind of looks like the some of the old stations, the metro stations in Paris have that kind of look to it, I guess. I guess that's what they're shooting for. So sushi bar, this place is probably really jumping at night. That is the water over there, right? I might as well walk over there, see what's on the waterfront. But this is a nicely maintained park, I would say. Look at that. Very cool. Wow, we got pool tables out here and ping pong. Oh, this is this is where Cool Vision, the YouTuber from Russia that did really good Batumi and Tbilisi videos and a bunch of other videos, was out here at night looking at all the ping pong players and stuff like that. So very cool. If you want to know more about this area and all these kinds of areas, check him out. Cool Vision. It's all wooden. Nice. So there's a bunch of buses that just go back and forth along these main avenues here, and they also have the matrushka, as they call it, which is these smaller buses that's like a van, like a Sprinter van or something like that, and it's less than one lorry something, so it's very convenient. But I will say there's a lot of traffic out here for such a little place. Maybe just because it's still kind of high season and there's a lot of people here and they're not, normally prepared for that kind of rush of people. I don't know, but or maybe because it was like 4 o'clock, but still. So here is the beachfront. You just walk to the water and have a look, and you can do things like the what is that called? It's not parasailing. I don't know. Parachute with the boat pulling you. Did that in Mexico once. So that's pretty cool. You can see far off in the distance the actual rain coming down, right? Over there, over here, straight ahead, over there. So you got boat tours and banana boat rides and stuff like that. But this is what I'm talking about with the rocks. I got a theory about this. I don't know if this is science fact or whatever, but in places that don't have a lot of waves, like seas and the Mediterranean, didn't have a chance to wear away all these rocks down into sand over millions of years, whereas things like the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, all of those beaches are finely ground sand. So let me know if that's a scientific fact or I'm just pulling stuff out of my butt here. But this stuff is really hard to walk on if you are not wearing some kind of water shoes, water sneakers or sandals or something. And when I go to Greece, I sometimes go to a Krata, and it also has rocks like this. And most people, walk their shoes or sandals up to here and then leave them here and then go in the water, just because it's so difficult to get out and even walk a few feet. But the water here is very clean, I would say, and it's a very nice temperature. It's not super hot, it's not cold, it's comfortable. You don't have to get used to it or anything like that. You just get in and it's fine. It gets deep pretty quickly over here, like where that guy is. That's very deep already. Maybe where this guy is, he's barely standing up over there. But yeah, so just a little down more is where all the high rises and all of that stuff are built and still being built. And then on this end you have these weird, I don't know, experimental kind of buildings or something like that. These might have been the ideas that, I don't know, they had for Dubai, but it was even a little too crazy for them, so they said maybe you're better off selling that design in Batumi. I don't know. And there you got a pirate ship, so some things never change all over the world, because in Clearwater Beach, Florida, you got the pirate ship over there that takes a cruise as well. So no matter where you go, you can always find a pirate ship to play Pirates on the Caribbean and drink some rum and get drunk. So guys, that's a little look around the Old Town of Batumi and what's around here. So I hope you like this little look at the area. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.